Extraordinary scenes from the terrains of KNUST. This is the voice of KNUST Media, and we are very excited to have all of you tune in today. There is a particular adage that goes by, behind every glory that we see, there is a particular story. In other words, behind every beautiful thing that we see, there is a story to explain it all. In view of this, I will urge all of you to get your loins and brace yourselves up as we have an exclusive moment with Miss Jivana Danquah. Miss Jivana Danquah, welcome to this platform. This is the voice of KNUST Media. And we are very, very appreciative for having you here.
Thank you.
Good. So, we are, here specifically in relation to this whole saga of yours. But before we come to the main agenda for our, present here, could you share with us some brief background about everything that transpired in your life so far?
Okay. And so Jivana Danquah from Enum in the eastern region of Ghana, and I had my primary education in Greenwich Meridian Primary School. I had my DHS education in Lawrence Wolf DHS, and then SHS was in Benkum Senior High School.
Oh, Benkum Senior.
Yes, please. I think that's the background.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of that school.
Okay.
That's a great school to start up with. So that's a good background to start up with. But there is one particular thing that I have been let in the loop about, specifically about your time in KNUST. And I think this is very fascinating, and that is the main reason why we are here. Your time in KNUST, you are currently a KNUST graduate, and you graduated this year. I stand to be corrected. Last year.
Yes.
Okay, so that's great. But in relation to your time on KNUST premises, a lot of people say that whenever you start school, and specifically in the tertiary, it doesn't have to be solely based on academics and all, and it has to be relative to other activities, which is business-like, and of which you are found within that scope. So our major concern is to understand some of the business activities that you really indulge yourself in. I understand you were into roselle juice selling, which is popularly known as Sobolo juice selling, right?
Yeah.
So apart from that, what other activities were you indulged in?
Okay. I was doing Sobolo. I have some pastries, and then mashed kinky, and then some ginger drinks, natural drinks sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I must say you really had quite a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
So that's really wonderful. Now, with all these activities, I understand you had an academic life as well, so far as that you were in the tertiary, and it was almost necessity that you also get efforts within the aspect of your academic life. But the question is, how were you able to maneuver your ways out to establish that kind of stability and balance between your academic life as well as your business life?
I think it's a matter of time management. Yeah, I managed my time very well. I think in third year, like this, I had a timetable, and business was part of my timetable. I had scheduled time for business, and then when it's around that time, I know it's fully with business, so that's all I do. Oh. And then I plan for my class activities as well as my personal studies, and then my business activities. So everything was in place, and then I was working fine everywhere.
Oh, that's really great. For how long have you been into this business?
I actually started during the COVID. Yeah. So I learned them, and then I felt like I should just start trading it. So I started selling them around. And geographically, I think I'm positioned around the Tema industrial area. So that was a great market for me as I went to the industries, and then they were my market. I sold to the company workers and the people around.
Oh, that's great. So you picked that one up, and you managed to fix that one during the COVID time?
Yeah, I started during the COVID, and then we came back to school, so I had to continue on campus. So I continued on campus, and during back, I do it at home.
Okay. The BSAP selling was actually one of the most prominent activities that I became privy to. But Did you start all these activities at the same time? Let's say when you started, or you started indulging yourself in this selling. Did you do that alongside the mass skincare selling and the pastries and
Yeah, I started all at once.
all
I
at
had
once?
plans to do all at once, so I waited till I got all the skills and I started.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really amazing. Because if you were able to start all these kind of things, so most of the times when you want to start up a business, there are certain difficulties that you
Mm,
actually encounter, and it has to do with specifically the time and all. But
yeah.
before I come to the other kind of things, there is one major thing that I've been wanting to ask you. See, you mentioned time management. Yeah, we have heard this saga before, this particular concept, time management, but a lot of people are on campus that have this whole perception that, regardless, specifically considering the fact that you were into more or less like four businesses, I'm just wondering how you were able to strategize to bring about this whole time management kind of thing. Could you throw a bit of light on that particular matter for us?
But the time management is about passion. I really need money, a lot of it, and then I need my grace too. So I just decided to balance everything. Even though business was weighing much than my class hours, I made sure I do well in all sides. Yeah. So if you have the passion to do something, if you are, let me say, passion driven individual, you'll be able to push all your agenda together and it will work.
Mm. So it's all about just pushing the agenda,
Yes.
and
If
then
that's what you want, you will do well in it. But if you are not really into it and you are just doing it for doing sake, then you won't be fine. But if you know you need the money and you know you need the grades to you position yourself in a way to adjust all the two.
oh, that's great. But let me ask this: what was actually the secret that pushed you into indulging yourself in this kind of business? Is it specifically financial related, or what actually pushed you into placing yourself in this kind of scope?
Money is the motivation. I think money is enough to motivate me to work hard because the harder I work, the more money I get. So I was really working hard because I wanted plenty money. And it's nice having money. So I didn't want to stop.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now, let's come to this aspect. You see, I'm definitely sure that before you even started up this whole businesses, there were certainly difficulties that you came across. Could you let us in the loop about some of these challenges that you face um, when you put up your mind to indulging yourself into this business?
Okay. Initially, it was about the capital, how to raise the capital for the business. And then I had plans into it for a while. So I planned for the capital and I had it. It wasn't easy though, but I had it. And then the main challenge I faced was that, you see, when you start a business at first, the trust, you have to first build the trust of your customers before they become very solid for them to be buying from you every day. And that was my initial problem. Sometimes when you go to them, you see, these drinks that you make on your own, some people don't trust that you make it on a hygienic basis or something.
Yeah,
So it was hard to build a trust. And then later on, when I built everything, it was fun because I was making my customers happy and I was making money too.
that's great. So specifically, it was financially related. That was the main reason why you managed to indulge yourself in all these activities. But
Yeah.
let me ask this: I believe there are other, you know, jobs like other businesses that you could have probably indulged yourself in. But what actually made you, be specific about roselle juice selling pastries? Is it because of what probably you observed within certain
Mhm.
things that transpired on campus, or what actually made you become so specific about
Yeah,
these
you
things?
see, when you do those jobs, like during our vacation, sometimes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then you are working for maybe sometimes to be paid a month or something, your time won't even be so meaning you won't even get any pay. But with this thing, when you have your own business, at least you are seeing money every day, so you are motivated to work hard. Yeah, so that was why I didn't go anywhere. And then I needed plenty money. So if I went somewhere and like maybe I didn't get my target or something else, that would be very bad. So I decided to do everything on my own, and it's worked.
Oh, that's great. Did you ever encounter, let's say, in the course of um, having probably you want to pursue something within the aspect of your academic life, then in the course of doing that, probably you're going to have a call from a customer or something that, please, I'm in need of this, I'm in need of that.
Yeah,
Did you ever face
a
such
lot.
challenges?
I remember when I get to class, I used to sit at the entrance so that I can run away when I
Right.
get a call from my customer. So I've always been running like from class to the hostel, back to class all the time.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow. So it
And it
means,
was okay because in class, it's not really demanding. The only time I don't interfere with business is my personal studies because I need a full attention to study. But the class, sometimes it's even boring already and I want to leave.
I understand it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you managed to just snoop your way out and then to indulge yourself in your business.
Mhm.
That's great. That's great. But even with this whole kind of thing in view, I believe there are a lot of people that came out of this tertiary, and then specifically with good grades, and there is this whole perception behind this whole kind of thing that people of that sort don't really have anything else doing. Like they don't have any,
Skill.
yeah, not necessarily skill, but they don't really do anything on campus. All that they know doing
Oh,
is
okay.
just expend time on their
Just
books,
studies.
and that's the only way that they got to.
No, that's why they came.
That's why
And
they,
then those people, they are okay financially, so you don't really need to do anything. Yeah. If you can provide for yourself, you can study without any financial distractions, then you are good to be on campus without doing anything. Yeah. My case was different. So I had to involve business in it.
okay. So apart from the fact that you made mention of time management being a prime factor in helping you establish that balance between your academic life and then your business life, but apart from this time management, what other factors actually pushed you, like incited, this whole kind of success both between your academic life and then your business life?
It's just by the grace of God because some of the things that happened, it was just sudden because I didn't even expect, even though I was learning very hard, I was expecting an A, but not as in the strong A's. And then I was making them, and I felt it was by the grace of God. And also, I was active in church activities too. So
Well,
that's
that's more or less like triple threat
it.
from triple frontiers because indulging yourself in academic life, business
Mm.
life, church activities. Wow.
So I was always busy, and I loved it. I was always on campus. There is no free day. For the free day, I try to find something to do. Yeah.
Really. Did you even have time to at least socialize a bit, indulge yourself in all these kind of
Yeah,
social
I have
activities?
plenty friends on campus. In fact, everyone is my friend. So, and then, as I said, I had timetable for everything. Within my timetable, I had a space for friends. Sometimes I visit friends, I call them, but it's once a week. So it's nothing like an idle or something like a boring life. It was fun.
Wow, that's fantastic. You said everyone is your friend. So I believe I'm
Yeah.
your friend now. Oh,
All right, you can
that's
be.
that's great. That's great. But I'm very very excited that you managed to indulge yourself in all these various activities, specifically in relation to this regard. What do you have to say to our viewers watching us? There are lots of people out there with this whole kind of perception. It's either I focus on my academic life, so I make the grades, and other people have this perception that it's not all about academics. You have to also have business lives because a lot of things are going on out there. And
Mm.
there is a hard economy, and then you'd have to acquaint yourself with certain skills and all that would be able to help you stabilize yourself when you go out there. So what you have to say to other people, like all these people, firstly, the people with the perception that it's all about books. And I'm very privileged to have you since you are indulged in almost all the sectors of this life. And so I would like you to throw a bit of light on that,
Um,
share something with these people having this perception that it's all about academics, focusing your mind on the books. And those people that say that just forget about academics, you should just focus on business activities because when you have money, that's it. You don't really need the grades for anything. So what do you have to
mm,
say?
everything is fine, but you see, in this modern era, sometimes you need a lot of things to defend your degree. You see, when after school and you need a job or something, some of them even require working experience. That's very, even more than your age. But the thing is, if you have other little experiences, sometimes leadership experience and stuff, it can fuel everything and then boost your chances of getting any job. So everything is important. If you have a chance to balance school, business, or any other sector of your life, do it. You can do it, and there's no harm in trying. If you feel it's not working, you just quit. But you can do it. Manage your time. You focus on where your passion is. You know you are a student, and then after 4 years, you stop being a student, and then the business is always there for you. So you make sure you make your studentship an upper hand within your life because it's just 4 years, and after 4 years, you won't get to the books again. So you make your student's life an upper hand in your life, and then maybe your business to support your student because if you don't have money, it will be very hard. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. So currently, what do you do? Are you still into the business, the roselle juice selling, all the pastries that you were doing right back when you were on campus? Or
Yeah.
you have
I'm still into it. Currently, I'm a teaching assistant, and then I'm working for myself. I'm still doing my business all the time.
teaching
And then,
assistant? Where
yes,
precisely?
geography department.
On KNUST premises.
Yes, please.
Oh, that's great. So you're still trying to balance this teaching assistant life with.
Mm. With this one, being a teaching assistant in the business is not really stressful like the students. Being a student with a business, yeah.
Why do you say so?
Because being a student, you have a lot of responsibilities. Like you have to study not just one course, plenty courses, and then you have to get your customers satisfied all the time. Some of them are really giving us pressure and all, but you have to satisfy them, and then you have to make sure you are doing well academically too. So it's stressful. But with this one, you are just making sure you are doing well in the course you are actually assisting, and then with your supervisor, if you are providing all he wants for him, that's not so much stress compared to being a student studying about 9 courses. And this one, you just have to study one course to help your colleague students. So I think it's fine. And then I can get back to my hostel around 4 p.m. and I can start with my business.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really great. Thank you very much, Giovanna. But before we leave here, I would like you to have the platform to share with us some final words that you would like to say to us all.
Final bit, I think that we have to keep pursuing whatever we want in life. The main goal was to get a degree, yeah, a bachelor's degree. And then, even though the business was a side thing, I really loved that part of it as well. So, if you want to get something in life, you need to go get it, you need to pursue it. And then you will be happy in the end to succeed in both sides. Yeah. So, that's my final is that if you want to pursue something in life, you need to go get it, regardless of your environment, wherever you find yourself. Just forget about everything and make yourself happy.
That's very great. We are very, very much appreciated for having you here with us. I believe that sharing with us this saga of yours will go a long way into helping us all, uh, have full grasp on whatever it is we have on our hearts and then pursue them. All right. So, you have exuded the fact that you have indulged yourself in all these kind of businesses like the roselle juice selling, the pastries and all. But could you share with us, make us privy to the fact what actually motivated you into moving into this arena of business?
Okay. Um, I needed money. Actually, I needed money to support myself in school, and then to support my mom also. And a lot of things happened and stuff started changing. So I needed to help my mom to get back and then to complete my first degree. Yeah. So that was what motivated me. So I was really doing well in it so that I can actually win on the side too.
That's very sweet of you. Um, could you also share with us, even as we are departing from this arena, could you share with us, is there any other kind of support that you may need in the course of this status that you have right now? Because I believe that you're still into this business. And is there more activities that you've added to the previous ones, or just the initial ones that you're still doing?
No, it's just the initial one
Okay.
that I'm still doing.
Okay. So is there any support that you probably put out there so that we in any case where offer could come up, it would be convenient in that regard? So is there any kind of support that you may be in need of?
Okay, so currently I'm a teaching assistant, and then I wish to go up on the academic ladder. So if I get any chance to apply for any of the graduate schools, I will be very glad. So any way possible, I'm trying. And then if there's any other support that anyone can help me with, I'll be glad.
Okay. Uh, Thank you very much once again for sharing it with us. And I believe that with everything that you have expended and jet effort towards, you would be able to achieve it eventually. So thank you very much for your time. So there we have it, viewers. An exclusive moment with Miss Jivana. I believe that you enjoyed the moment, and then it was extraordinary. Personally, I've had my own lessons taken from that, and I believe that you have also taken your lessons from that.